I never imagined my Sunday morning would kick off with someone hammering on my front door at 7 a.m., demanding to use my land. I live on a 5-acre property bordering the upscale community of Maple Glen Estates, where my modest home sits like a lone barn in a field of mansions. To most of the residents, I'm the odd one out, the guy whose house isn't worth 7 figures and whose lawn doesn't host catered garden parties. The woman on my porch that morning was Claudia Hartwell, the self-appointed queen of the HOA and wearer of a pearl necklace that probably cost more than my monthly income. She didn't even wait for a greeting. "We need your field for overflow parking tonight," she announced, her voice brisk. "Senator Beckett's daughter is having her Sweet 16, and we're expecting over 50 guests with high-end vehicles." I blinked, still wiping sleep from my eyes. My field, the one I just spent over $100,000 landscaping last month. "It's just for one evening," Claudia said, her smile tight and devoid of warmth. "The party starts at 6. "I'm sorry, but that's not going to work," I replied. "After the storms last week, I've got drainage issues." Her polite mask vanished. "Listen," she snapped, jabbing a manicured finger at my chest. "This isn't optional. The Becketts are very important people. Your land is sitting there doing nothing anyway." I clenched my jaw but kept my voice even. "It's not doing nothing. It's private property, and I pay taxes on every inch." That's when she dropped her veiled threat. "Remember the property line dispute last year? The board has been revisiting that. It would be a shame if we had to open that discussion again." My stomach tightened. Last year, the HOA tried claiming my fence was 2 feet over the line. It took a professional survey and $1,700 to prove otherwise. Then an idea sparked. "Fine," I said, forcing a smile. "They can park here." Claudia's eyes gleamed with smug satisfaction. "Wonderful. I'll tell guests to start arriving around 5:30. As she strutted down my driveway, heels clicking with victory, I began to plan. If they wanted my land so badly, they'd get it. But not for free. I called my friend Lucas, who runs a local towing and events service. "I need fencing, a booth, some signage, and a mobile reader. Can you help me out?" Lucas laughed. "What are you planning?" "A premium parking experience," I said. $50 a car." By mid-afternoon, Lucas had delivered the materials. We erected a temporary fence, laid out numbered parking spots with stakes, and set up a professional-looking entry point. I printed glossy tickets and a price board. $50 standard parking, $100 under the shade trees, $150 for expedited exit service. I even dressed the part, donning a white shirt, black slacks, and a red vest from an old costume. At 5:30 sharp, the first luxury car rolled in, a sleek silver Mercedes. The driver, in a tailored suit, lowered his window. "Good evening, sir. Welcome to premium event parking," I greeted. $50, please." His brows knitted. "I'm here for the Beckett party. The HOA said this was free." "And they were mistaken," I replied with a polite smile. "This is private land, and I'm offering organized, secure parking for tonight's event. You're free to look for street parking, though it might be scarce." He muttered, but handed over his credit card. Then came Claudia. Her Lexus screeched to a halt as she jumped out, leaving her door ajar. "What the hell is this?" she barked. "Exactly what I said. Premium parking," I said, swiping the man's card. "You can't charge them. Did we sign a contract? Did you offer to pay me? Or did you threaten me with fines and assume I'd bow to pressure?" She opened her mouth, but nothing came out. "If you'd like, I can explain all of this to Senator Beckett, along with a complaint about HOA coercion." Her face turned scarlet. "This isn't over," she spat, dialing furiously. "Wonderful. Let's file a formal report," I said. "Now, would you prefer standard or premium parking?" 2 police cruisers showed up within 20 minutes. By then, I'd parked over 15 vehicles. Claudia was pacing, telling guests to park elsewhere while waving her phone. Officer Green and Officer Ramirez stepped out. They recognized me from previous HOA dust-ups. "What's going on?" Green asked. Claudia rushed forward. "He's extorting guests. He said we could use his land, and now he's charging outrageous fees." Green turned to me. I calmly explained everything, including the thinly veiled threat Claudia had made that morning. I never agreed to let them use my property for free, and I have documentation of previous HOA harassment. Ramirez checked his tablet. "Sir, this land is fully registered to you. Taxes paid." He looked at Claudia. Do you have written permission to use this land? We had a verbal agreement, she said weakly. No, I corrected. She gave an ultimatum. I declined. Then a black Bentley pulled up. Senator Beckett emerged, adjusting his cufflinks. What seems to be the problem? Green briefed him. The senator turned to me. You're charging for parking on your own land because someone tried to pressure you? Exactly, sir. He faced Claudia. Did you threaten this man for parking access? I thought he would cooperate. You assured me everything was arranged. Professionally. She paled. I wanted everything to be perfect for Emily's party. By bullying my constituents. He sighed and turned to me. What would you consider fair compensation for tonight? Before I could answer, partygoers began returning. Apparently, the party had been moved to a nearby country club. We need our cars, said a man, waving his ticket. Of course, I said. Exit fee is $50. Exit fee. I pointed to the sign. All prices clearly posted. Murmurs turned to protests, but when I added that vehicles left overnight would incur a $200 security fee, everyone paid. Senator Beckett gave me $500 in cash. For your trouble, he said, giving Claudia a hard look. We'll talk about your role on the HOA board. By midnight, I had collected $5,700 in parking and exit fees. Claudia stood in my driveway, mascara streaked, voice trembling. You've made a powerful enemy, she warned. Actually, I said, smiling, I think I just balanced the scales. And wait until you see what I do with this money. The next morning, I attended the HOA meeting. Usually, I avoided them like the plague. But today, I came with a certified check and a presentation. I have something to share, I said. This isn't public comment time, Claudia snapped. Let him speak, said Mr. Langston, the treasurer. I connected my tablet to the projector, showing video footage from my doorbell camera. Claudia, finger in my face. Screenshots of years of harassment. HOA citations. The bogus property line claim. For 3 years, I've been targeted because I don't fit the mold. But I'm not here to complain. I'm here to give back. I held up the check. $5,700. Every cent I made from parking. Donated to the Maple Glen Elementary Playground Fund. Gasps echoed around the room. That playground had been closed for months while the board argued about budgets. And Senator Beckett is matching my donation, I added. Claudia stood, outraged. He sabotaged Emily's party for publicity. The senator rose from the back. No, Claudia, you did that. And I've reviewed the bylaws. Your behavior, and others, must be addressed. One by one, residents began speaking up. About targeted fines, petty citations, personal vendettas. By the end of the meeting, Claudia and 2 board members had been voted out. I was invited to help draft new bylaws. The playground was fully funded and completed 6 weeks later, with a plaque that read, Funded by the community. Everyone belongs. Claudia moved a month later. Rumor was, she couldn't take the whispers. The last time I saw her, she was supervising her movers. I walked over, holding something. Come to gloat, she asked. No, I said, handing her an old HOA citation for my mailbox color. Thought this belonged in your past. Not mine. She stared at it, then crumpled it. Without a word, she got in her car and drove off. That was 2 years ago. Our HOA still exists, but it's different now. It's about community, not control. Fairness, not fear. Sometimes, the best way to fix a broken system isn't to destroy it. It's to expose it, redirect it, and rebuild it. If you ever find yourself up against someone who thinks rules only apply to others, remember this story. Sometimes standing your ground doesn't just protect your rights. It changes the game entirely.